Okay, we're going to try a screen capture. So this spring is something that I modeled a while ago, and now I want to put it in perspective with this backplate image. It's really important that you have a backplate image in your live view, meaning it has to be active. It can't be something that you've got loaded in and you're using a color background. It has to be the backplate image that's actually active. Once you have that set up, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your scene, and you're going to pick whatever the biggest component is. If it's an assembly, if it's not, then just pick the one component that appears. You're going to go up to this Tools menu up here, which is just in your tool ribbon. When you click on that, you'll find Match Perspective, which is this tool you want. Now you see all these little lines pull up. That's the perspective that this is currently in. We need to match these lines to lines in the actual scene to get it to match up. So best practice is to take a line that's close and start there. And it's just a drag and drop. Now I've got a lot going on my computer with the screen capture and Keyshot, so it's very possible this is going to look a little blurry or not be quite as smooth as what it might otherwise be. But you can see the model move in space as I move each line. And basically you're just going to keep doing this until you've got all the lines matched up to an edge of something. It's generally best to pick a backplate image that has a really square component. So this table was strategic. It's not at all what an actual garage would look like. A woodworker would probably not put a rusty ass spring on his bench, but that's where we're at. We just need something square. So pick your backplate strategically. If you want a human in the backplate, just make sure you've got square pieces to go off of. So finding someone in a room is usually really advantageous. So that way you can use the walls and the floor and all that. And it doesn't matter where you drag these necessarily, like how far away from the part. You can see the part kind of flip around sometimes and act a little wonky. And that's normal. Kind of ignore it as best you can. You might have to go pretty slow, like what I'm doing, just because the computer software and the load on my computer is pretty high. It's really struggling with this, but just do your best to match it up. Get really, really close. And you can kind of see the part already starting to really look like it's in perspective, even though it's not resting on the table. Like it doesn't look like it's resting on the table. And that's okay. We're just going to get in perspective first. So we're going to get it here. Once we have that, we're going to say lock rotation. Come here, lock rotation. There we go. So you got that checked. We're going to say okay. Now we need to go to our camera. Not our camera, sorry. We need to just manipulate the part. So once the rotation's locked, you can kind of just push it and pull it to where it looks like it's sitting on this table really nicely. Just like that.